Hello everyone, welcome to the Stealing Insight YouTube channel. I quickly want to take us through equilateral triangle proof that involves an equilateral triangle with equal sides, how we eventually arrive at the triangle we use to solve questions that are involving trigonometries without using calculators. So the first thing is that all sides are equal, the sides of length 2, 2, 2, then each angle 60, 60, 60 because they are equilateral. All sides and all angles are equal. By the time we divide this into two halves, this is going to give us this. Then this angle will have been divided into 30 and this will be 30 degrees. So that's what made us achieve this. Then by the time we do that, this 2 that is spanning from here to here will have been moved to become 1 and 1, right? So that's why we're having it to be 1 in terms of the length at the adjacent position here. Now that we're having this, the next thing is to utilize Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem is hypotenuse, the square of hypotenuse equals the square of opposite plus the adjacent. If you are considering the 60 degree, the opposite side is this end, while the adjacent is this one. For 30, the opposite is 1 and the adjacent is this height. So the height, let's make it h. So if you are going to be substituting each of these values here, considering this as the angle we are utilizing, the hypotenuse is 2, that's 2 square, equals either of them, since either of the way we are considering is going to be 1 square plus h square, right? So with this, we're having 4 equals 1 plus h equals 4 minus 1, and that's 3, sorry, h square. So now we're having h square equals 3, then h equals square root of 3. Okay, with this square root of 3, we can easily replace this to be square root of 3. So anytime we are being asked to calculate sine 30, cos 30, cosine 30, tangent 30, you already know that this is a triangle that should come into your mind. How did we arrive at it is what I've just done. So this thing now that we've just done, let's now use them in solving questions. So if we are being asked that without using a calculator, we should calculate sine 30 degree, we have cos 30 degree, and we have tan 30 degree. You remember from the previous class, we mentioned something on SOHCAHTOA. And SOHCAHTOA means sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Then cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, then tan theta equals opposite over adjacent, considering SOHCAHTOA. So we're going to be applying that here. Sine 30, what's the opposite of 30 here? Is 1. So 1. What is the hypotenuse of 30? Is 2. So sine 30 is 1 over 2. Now, what is the cos 30? What is the adjacent of 30 is root 3. Then the hypotenuse of 30 is 2. So cos 30 is root 3 over 2. How about tan 30? What is the opposite of tan 30? Is 1. What is the adjacent of tan 30? Is root 3. So it means opposite over adjacent. And if you are considering this being solved, you can eventually have it to be root 3 over 3. I mean, if you are solving questions and it needs to not to be left in that manner. So moving forward, we're also having The next one for sine 60, cos 60, and tan 60 degrees. So the first thing we need to be at the back of our mind is that sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. What's the opposite of 60 here? Is root 3. What's the hypotenuse? Is 2. Now for cos 60, cos 60 is adjacent, that's 1, over hypotenuse 2. Now tan 60, it is opposite of 60, root 3, divided by the adjacent 1. So the answer is root 3. So with this, we can see that it's a very simple thing for us to do. And if you want to see further how this, in order for you to appreciate it more better, let's quickly run through this. That's 1 over 2. Sorry. So cos 30 equals root 3 over 2, and tan 30 equals 1 over root 3. So you see the similarity or the similitude between cos 60 and sine 30, sine 60 and cos 30, that they are having the same value, though opposites to each other at every interval, while tan 60 is root 3, because that's going to give us opposite over adjacent, while tan 30 is opposite over adjacent, 1 over root 3. Thank you for listening to Distilling Insights. We appreciate you for staying tuned to this moment. Ensure to click the thumbs up button if you like what we share. And you can also send to anyone that is finding it difficult to understand the dynamics of this trigonometry equilateral triangle proof with respect to angles 30 and 60 degrees. Thank you and bye-bye.